プラベース編集長の松本です。今日はですね、アメリカのフロリダ州オーランドの方にやってきました。3年に1回開催されます4大プラスチック展示会の一つ NPE2024 の方にやってきました。展示会のメインコンセプトは Made for You ということで6つの展示エリアに分かれております。でその6つはですね、1つは材料、容器、リサイクル&サステナ、先端製造、金型、パッケージという構成になっております。広さはですね、建屋が2ブロックに分かれておりまして、東京ドームだいたい 2.4 個分ですね。で初日はですね、歩いてみたところだいたい15キロぐらい私は1日で歩いていたということになりました。で期間はですね、ちょうど5月の6日から10日まで5日間、長いんですけれども開催をしているということでございます。そして出展企業はですね、なんと200社以上ということで、コロナも挟んでますんで800社以上が新規の出展企業様だということらしいです。そしてですね、参加する皆様の国籍はなんと120カ国以上の方が、この会場に詰め寄るということで、とてもその注目度が高い、4大プラスチック展示会の一つということでございます。でプラベース的にはですね、日本勢はですね、材料は旭化成様ぐらいでですね、機械装置のところは松井製作所様だったりターモ様が出展をしているということです。やはり日本ではあまり聞き慣れない見慣れない展示会ではですね、企業様、特に今回で言うとですね、ライオンデルバゼル様とか LG 化学様とか、こういったですね、グローバルにはよく知られてるんですけれども、なかなか皆さんお話聞ける機会が少ないかなと思ったところに、突撃取材を行ってみたいというふうに考えておりますので、早速行ってみましょう。Hello.
Hello.
What's this areas here? Please explain to me.
All right, so LyondellBasell, we have a lot of products and technologies, and this area is what we call our everyday mobility. So this is all about the automotive industry.
Okay.
And so LyondellBasell makes a lot of different products, and we have a lot of different divisions. Some divisions are adding polyethylene, polypropylene, and we send it to compounders, and they make products that are very strong for the automotive industry, or they need different colors or different feels and touches. All these products, or wire and cable, we do. For example, we make the plastic that go into the harnesses of all the cars. One of the largest suppliers of material for under the hood heat-resistant materials. And so we have divisions that make compounds, and we sell them into the automotive industry. Inside of LyondellBasell, and you can see different outside fascias, internal components inside the car. We sell into plastic fuel tanks, so the creation of the plastic fuel tanks themselves. So we have a very broad range of polyethylene, polypropylene resins and compounds that go and support this industry.
So give me like a highlights of some products here, I guess.
Well, let's start.
The wire harness, right?
Yeah,
and
so
then,
start here. And one is all the harnesses inside of a lot of the OEM's cars.
Yes.
And depending on where in the car it is, it may be heat resistance if it's close to the engine or if it's inside. Miles and miles of wires go in there, and they have to have either different power transmission capabilities or even your datacom, your communication type wires.
Okay.
And so in the other parts of our group, and so now outside of my area of expertise will sell polymers into the fascias.
Mud guard.
Yeah.
I saw that one in the presentation.
The mud guards.
Yeah.
And so some are protective of the vehicle themselves. Some of them are for show, right? Where you get different, you can see on this one, where you have the cladding and you can see the designs and the special features that come along with it. That a lot of the technology that LyondellBasell, it's not only the polymer itself, but how it looks, right?
Door claddings is in parts. I'm not familiar with the claddings.
The claddings?
Cladding.
So this one will be on the outside. So this is a door cladding. So on the inside,
interior,
right? Yeah, interior design.
Okay. That's a headlamp? No, that's a different.
Yeah, so this one's out of our APS group, our silver headlamp bracket. General Motors and
this is
Chevrolet has.
Metal with a plastic, or is it exchanging from metal to the plastic?
It's moving from here to here.
This one to this one, isn't it? Okay. So I guess
and so the replacement of metal with plastic, lighter weight.
Lighter weight, right? Yeah.
Better fuel economy on cars if you can reduce the weight. A lot of this industry is about fuel efficiencies.
Yes.
You want toughness, so it lasts the length of a car, but you also want everything to be light, so you get the fuel economy that we need in the world.
All right. So that's the automobile, right?
That's automotive.
Okay.
This area is dedicated to all the work that LyondellBasell is doing on the world of sustainability and circularity. All the consumers are asking for things that are more recyclable, either the package design themselves or that the materials have a certain level of post-consumer recycle inside. So our brand owners are asking, they have goals, and LyondellBasell has goals to reduce carbon footprints for our customer and our products. So these are great examples of
post-consumer recycle items.
Yeah, so here's one that has 25% of a PCR that's used in an injection molded food contact. So it has food contact capability.
25.
That is a hard feature to get.
25% is hard to get, is it?
It is. I would say 25%. Anytime you're adding PCR, you're usually giving up properties. So the more PCR you add, the more likely this product becomes more fragile or things like that. And so we have the technology on our side to allow our customers to go to higher and higher levels of PCR and good quality PCR. And so we have, for example, that's 25%. Here's a great example of one with 90%. Right? And this is film natural for blown film applications. And so we now have resins that allow our customers to put 90% PCR in some applications, like this is a great example there. In this world, we're working with all our customers. We're talking with our the brand owners to understand what their needs are and what their goals are, and we're providing solutions that's needed. Some of them need 25%. Some of them need, as you can see, higher levels of PCR. And so we're designing polymers. We're in the industry of getting good sources of PCR ourselves, and adding and providing the opportunities that our customers have to meet their needs. And so these are great. You can see a milk bottle over here that has 25%
this one too.
PCR in it. So
it's I can see the label of a circulant. What's the circulant?
That's a great question. So circulant is our branding on anything that's sustainability and circularity related. So we have a group, CNLCS, Circularity and Low Carbon Solution Group. And in this case, we have three different brands. Well, the brand is Circulant, and inside that we have Circulant Recover, Recirculant Renew, and Circulant Revive. And so when we're talking about Circulant Recover, that's where we take PCR from the outside and incorporate it into our products to meet the needs of our customer. And so these are good examples of Circulant Recover. Circulant Revive is when we have feedstocks brought in to make polyethylene and polypropylene as they are today, but they're renewable feedstocks instead of using oil or gas or the drilling for this.
Yes.
You're using a renewable feedstock, so like a bio, like cooking oil or things like that. We use that then to make our products. That's Renew, and then we have Revive, which is I think the future of sustainability, where you're actually taking all your plastics, converting them back to the monomer level, and then you're making polyethylene again. So you get a nice circle. That's the future. That's chemical recycling. Using a pyrolysis technology. LyondellBasell, we make catalysts, things like that. And so we have more technology, which is the future, and that's Circular and Revive. And so our customers ask us for a lot of solutions. We're providing all the opportunities they are within the Circulen brand name of if you need PCR, we have that. If you need bio feedstock, we have the Renew, and then the future in Revive. So we're providing all the angles needed.
That's being set up in like, when did you set up this Circulen idea?
So the Circulen branding, I think it was about a year ago. That we rolled out the brand. And we have a whole division now associated with advancing our circularity initiatives inside the company. Here we have more
industrial equipment, I guess. I don't know.
So you can see here we have some golf items. We have some cordless drills.
This is, I've never seen this before, but this is something, driver.
The driver head itself, right? And so this comes from our APS.
I can touch it?
You absolutely can.
I've never seen the one inside.
There you go.
I know that it's made of a carbon fiber, of course, but
and so this is our Advanced Polymer Solutions group. It takes polymers and they have innovative solutions to make things very strong, as you would have to have for end uses like this.
The out or the case?
On this one, the driver head, I'm not actually 100%.
Driver head.
Yep.
This is the one. Engineer composite.
And so you can see in APS, so when you talk about those design features like we saw over on the automotive side, where you saw the sparkle, kind of the finish. So this is what we provide, I think, inside the rotomolding industry. Well, all the different colors, all the different designs that you can see, all the things to make. So over there, the rotomolded kayak, right?
Yeah.
And so it starts with powders, and then you have different colors, and then they make that item.
Beautiful gradation.
And it starts from materials like this right here.
I see. Power tool.
So also, here, the cordless drill. This one, again, from our APS group. And so I got to believe it's the casing that we're talking about here.
What's the APS group?
Our APS is our Advanced Polymer Solution Group. And so we have our O&P, our olefins and polymers group. We make polyethylene and polypropylene and linear low and low density, all these type of things. And then you can add additional value to those type of polymers or even engineering polymers. And that's what our Advanced Polymer APS group does. And so the polymer group will sell the resin, and the Advanced Polymer group, they're getting specialty type features where they'll add colors and things. Yeah, customized. Yep. Let's keep going over here. So this is our infrastructure area.
Infrastructure area.
Yeah, so these would be the plastics that go into your
what's this?
Pipe, water pipe.
A water pipe?
Potable water pipe. And so this is 3.5 inch pipe for conveying water through our infrastructure, right, to your houses ultimately at the end of the day. All right,
this is the diameter of the water pipe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa, never seen this before. Okay.
We have. There you go.
Huh? Wow.
So Doug, talk about this item here for a second, if you don't mind. So this is Doug Keller.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Just talk for a second about this item right here, what it's used for.
So this is for potable water or wastewater piping.
Yep.
So this is a 36-inch DR11, which means this is a 200 PSI continuous operating pressure pipe. This size would be for either transmission mains in a fairly large city, so typically 150,000, 200,000 people. This size pipe could also be used in raw water lines, so in pulling water from lakes or rivers. We also see this being used in ocean thermal energy. So similar to geothermal, where we're using the Earth's temperature, you can actually go, the ocean has different temperatures based off of depth. So depending on where you want to, if you want to cool, you go deeper. If you want to warm, you go more shallow. So that's typically what these are being used for. Larger diameter, a little bit thinner, is now being used. We have a lot of open irrigation canals in the western United States. So they're starting to cover those because those canals lose about 25% of the water from when they start to where they get to the final destination, about 25%. And with water scarcity in the western United States and in places around the world, let's cover it up, let's put it in a pipe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So again, LyondellBasell providing a lot of tech solutions for a lot of industries. So you can see a little bit of the infrastructure in the United States. That is a big thing right now of looking at the existing infrastructures, and the governments want to upgrade them, and we have solutions that can last, as you just heard, for 100 years and last under very difficult situations.
Okay.
Just to keep moving, so that's like inside. If you've ever walked in and your floors are nice and warm in your bathroom, so this is some of that. This is underwater. So they put warm water through these pipes as a PEX type residential and commercial.
Hot water goes in.
And so they'll put the water through there, and that's under your floors in your house. And that's what makes it nice and feels really good when you walk in.
You have that in US too?
In the US, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And so this is high density. So it can be used for underwater heating, but also just your residential conveying of water inside your house too, right?
All right.
Drainage, that you would see from, anyway, any type of drainage system. These can be small like this, and you just see drainage from the top of your roofs in your house, but it also can be huge corrugated tubing for drainage from your residents and businesses and things like that.
Okay.
Other things.
Yep.
So this is a great one, the future, right? So this is conduit. We've moved from we've moved to fiber optics, right? So we've replaced cables that have thousands of wires to a cable that has one fiber optic cable. Well, they have inside, you can have basically these conduits, and they have different colors in there to tell you to put different types of wires inside there and things like that. And so we have polymers for the conduit themselves, the orange part, and then we have polymers for inside as well. And so again, infrastructure, you see this a lot in the US, where you're replacing old communication systems with fiber optics. This is what they're putting in.
HDPE, ne?
Yep, high density polyethylene. Okay. And so, yeah, upgrading our infrastructure. So that's what that is. And the last area we're focusing on, we have many products, certainly products in the world of food packaging.
Packaging. Okay.
So you can see keeping your cereals fresh and taste good and crisp, not soggy. So we have high density polyethylene that are barrier resistant, and keep the water or keep the moisture out, and keep the ingredients on the inside nice and fresh.
So you produce the actual, you don't produce the actual package, right?
No, we do not. So we'll produce the pellets. Our customers melt those pellets, and then they make them into all the articles you have. And there's a lot of different processes to do this. One of it is film process, where they make a nice thin film, and then our converters form those into the various packages.
So film grades for like a polyethylene or PE or
in this case, this one's high density polyethylene, has really good polyethylene. Right over here, you have Arizona T, and so this one's polypropylene. This one's actually blow molded, and so it's a different way of making this package.
Huge, ne?
But big. Yeah, it is.
Never seen this in Japanese market. You know?
So this is iced tea is ultimately what this is. Okay. But when they add the tea to this bottle, it's hot, and so you need a polymer that's more heat resistant, so it doesn't collapse. And when they package them, and And so we have polymers that are more heat resistant because sometimes our customers add how they add the product to it. If it's hot, we have to have polymers that can resist it and so they don't sag and things like that. So that's a good example. We're certainly in the world of healthcare where we're helping, where we have Sharpie containers, where
Syringes.
the syringes themselves, pill bottles over here. So polypropylene is what we provide in the healthcare. Polyethylene for the pill bottles.
Yep.
And then the ampules, so like liquid type ingredients, that's a low density polyethylene we have there. So this kind of gives you a nice representation of LyondellBasell providing innovations into the food industries, food contact industries, but also the healthcare industry.
Okay.
Which is all, again, we need these, we need plastics to provide what we need in the world, but all the way back to the first thing we talked about is sustainability. We need to learn as a company and the world of what we do when we're done with our products. We need to design them better so when we're done with them, we can recycle them and use them, turn them into PCR, or have them designed correctly by our customers so they're only using certain polymers so they can be more recyclable. So the world is doing a great job right now in identifying what we need to make things more circular. Plastic's needed, and it's a great source of innovation for us and the world. But I think this is the future. As I look 10 years out, I hope to see all these products still being used today, but recycled by us, the consumer, right? That we know where they go. We can recycle them in our current local infrastructures, and then make them again and again for what we need. So that's kind of a view of our booth. I hope you enjoyed that.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.